Let you, like you said, financially a bit more cautious. Is that advisable?
Yeah, that's a very good thing to start off. If you're not sure about something, I think it's good to start slow. Mm-hmm. And when you mention within the budget, that's an awesome thing. Mm-hmm. Because we don't want to be above your budget. You want to live below your means. That's a term that they have, right? When you live below your means, you have excess. That excess means if that something happens to you, you have all that buffer to play with if a disaster happens to you. I think in life, you will see there's quite a lot of disasters happening to people, right? So what you do with your money at the very beginning is saving it up. That's very helpful. Just now, Angel said that she didn't have anyone to speak to. I think that's sort of sad because money is so important. You should have someone you trust to speak to, or not just one, maybe two, right? So that you can get information. And you girls are kind of unusual, maybe because starting businesses.
We're unusual.
Like starting businesses is not what normal people do.
Oh yeah, definitely not. Yeah.
I feel like there's so many people who are like starting business now. Would you say like it's something that's like being more...
Yeah, it's more acceptable now, and also because the social media has enabled small businesses to start.
Yes.
Right? You can do it from home, and then you can see whether it takes off, and then you can put more resources in if it works, right? So that is very helpful. But it's still an unusual thing, like starting a business and then it hasn't started. So, like for Tabby, the business is at what we people call the valley of death. That part, there's a term for businesses that has not started, or when they have started, they have not proven their concept works or not. That's called the valley of death, right? And so in those areas, you're going to need a lot of money in a way to take care of you during this very critical time before your business takes off.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Do you have practical tips?
So for example, if you're talking about employees, and you're fairly young, you don't really need so much emergency fund. You can get a job maybe next month or in 3 months. So you need to make sure you have expenses worth 1 to 3 months. But as you get older and you're more senior in your role, or like you girls, in terms of being in business, you need a lot more. So people going to business, we advocate maybe 12 months of emergency funds before you go in. Because if you do that, you will not be desperate.
Right.
Desperation drives certain maybe unethical business ethics. Or it drives, it's very stressful. Business is already stressful without the stress of money. Like I speak to a lot of business owners, and during the pandemic they suffered a fair bit, right? The money can't come in from their, they supply things to people and they can't get paid, and it's very stressful for them. So yes, emergency funds before you start the business. Make sure you've covered that base so you're never vulnerable.
Got it.
Okay.
That's a good tip.
That is a great tip.
Yeah, we're learning
What
so
was
much,
it?
girls.
What did you learn?
Emergency funds.
How much should you save?
12 months. There you go.
If you
To
own a
sustain.
business, if you do not own a business,
Still 12 months. There ain't no problem with saving too much.
no. But if you put away too much of that fund into savings, right? Just the other way around. So you're taking away from investing.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So what happens is that if you do have 12 months, and you notice that everything's getting rosier, you should deploy that money, not all again, we should keep the 3 months at least, into investing. Because investments, depending on what investments you take, like for businesses, that's completely illiquid. You can't take it out, right? So I would consider that not liquid. Therefore, it will not fall under something we call a liquidity ratio. I can't get rid of it to use, right? Or if I buy a house, for example, I can't sell off my toilet. To get the money. So
Raise the toilet.
but you can start deploying to liquid investments. There are quite a lot of liquid investments. A lot of people like stocks, so that's sort of liquid unless it hits down, then you lost no money. But there are things like unit trusts. Probably younger people now don't really pay attention to this. But it's investing in stocks around the world or in Malaysia. And so it's fairly liquid. You can get your money back very, very easily. So those kind of things can form part of your liquidity ratio. You feel comfortable, if I need anything, I can get rid of that. Yeah.